Welcome. Okay, hold on.
Nightmares.
Jason.
He's a weird man. Just let him be.
Welcome to the SYWB podcast. Cut to me, where we talk about the drama of the restaurant industry, but never the who or the where, because it doesn't really matter. Jason.
Oh my gosh.
Cut the camera. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I got a lot of questions in my mind, but
Everyone's staring at my shoes. I feel uncomfortable now. Why is everyone staring at me?
yeah, because you're a hillbilly rock shoes that none of
Everyone's
yours.
staring at me. Last week I had the Yeezys. This week I have the Sneezies.
Those should have been the topic of the previous podcast.
You didn't see them sitting here? They were sitting right here.
No, I don't look at shoes in this place anymore. I got yelled at for that too.
If you want to know about that conversation, you can figure that out.
Check out the Patreon.
Yeah, check out the
we have
Patreon.
$5 a month, $8 a month, and a $10 a month. The first, you want to guess? I want you to guess. We're both sitting lazy. Hold on, Jason. Let's sit up, Jason. Let's get ready.
I'm not even here.
Let's sit up, Jason. Let's energy it up.
I've been sitting there for 10 minutes. I've been sitting up.
It's been like 30 minutes, dude. We had so many issues. I'll explain those in a second. But first, Patreon. It's not set up yet. By the time this comes out, I'm trying to figure it out. I want to upload stuff before people pay. That way you can have stuff on there. But it is there, so be prepared for when it drops. You can look it up now, but the page isn't ready yet.
Ooh.
I want you to guess. I named the tiers based off the theme of the podcast. Guess what the $5 a month would be called. Remember, the name of the podcast is Waiter Podcast. See you, Waiter. So what would the $5 a month be called? The tier.
I'm probably a bunch of.
Is the $5 a month? You're a bitch. Guess the $8 a month.
Is it waiters?
It's assistants.
Assistants?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
they're also a bunch of
broke. Down here.
They are.
So way down here, you can be a bitch today. This month, next month. Go down here, $5 a month. There's a whole explanatory paragraph saying how much we appreciate them. Even like
I was gonna say, yeah.
You're welcome to be a bitch with us because I'm a bitch. That's what it is. I'm. He's the waiter. That's how it's going. Wide. And then the third tier, $10 a month, is waiters. I'm thinking about doing like a $90 a month one. It's called managers.
Managers?
Yeah, and no one's gonna pay that ever, and they shouldn't. But I think it'd be funny to have there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's.
I don't know what we would do extra. What would we do for management?
Like, I'm not whipping anything out at this point. Not even for $90, okay? So we gotta put that away.
$90 a month. You get to see one toe. It goes on for 10 months.
Fuck toe.
Let's hopefully I have 10 by the end of the month. Otherwise, you might get a double there. So, welcome to the podcast. These shoes, I've literally stuttering. Literally the first time I've ever owned white shoes. Never have I ever. Jason?
I own plenty of white shoes, but not those shoes.
Not these shoes. These are from Temu, Jason.
I could tell.
$22 free shipping. They fit
that bad.
Really well for Chinese Temu shoes. The reason I bought them is for that helmet right there. It's for the space movie. These are space shoes. They are part of my spacesuit costume.
Might need to get rid of that black writing on it, though.
I was thinking the same thing, and then I saw something crazy cut to me. They change in the daylight. The words turn from black to like this sheeny purple green in the daylight. It's the weirdest thing. I'll see if I can show it off here. But like, because they were in my car, and then I was picking them up, and then the color was different. I was like, "What the? They changed color?" And I'm assuming it's sunlight. I literally just got these yesterday. Oh, I'm so excited. See what happens there.
All right. We'll leave that there for 10 minutes.
It'll be developing.
Yeah, hopefully, no one looks at the window.
Yeah, let me know when we get to. Never mind. I have them on my watch.
Disgusting. So, wait, hold on. Which one are we at? The wide? All right. Okay.
Red lights.
Okay. So now that we got the shoe out of the way,
shoes on the other foot.
We're gonna see, yeah, the shoes on the other foot. That's some dirty ass socks, bro. You need it.
No, these are. Wait a minute. Oh, it's because these shoes. I bet these are brand new socks.
I don't know about that.
100%. No.
Okay, I don't know about that.
100%. I just put these socks on this morning. They were out of the laundry, kind of. They were out of my backpack, which I had clean socks in. These shoes are dirty.
I don't trust those words at all.
I don't trust Jason, not on camera. 100%. I'm not lying. All right, what were we saying anyway? Shoes on the other foot.
I'm not a liar.
I'm not a
Okay, I
liar.
tell you, these were clean. These were pristine when they
Oh,
came
speaking
out.
of, you know what? Put your foot on the counter and then let's talk.
Oh yeah, no, in this kind of start,
Put it,
no.
put it up
I
there.
haven't cleaned my house in a week, and it sucks.
So that he's blaming me with his feet look like this. Go.
Yeah, I have a reason why my feet
Go,
are
Jason.
dirty.
I'm walking around your house.
What's your excuse?
I've been walking around your house, Jason.
You just said you had your shoes on this whole time until you took them off. All right.
No, but seriously, these are brand new socks. I just noticed that they're so dirty because these things must have been really dirty. Again,
have you even talked about
they're made of
this
Chinesium.
script at all? No, right?
What script?
With the astronauts.
No, not publicly.
Okay, then, yeah, we're gonna.
We have a couple space shorts we're doing. You can cut to the wide again.
Yeah, okay, but we're not gonna talk any further than that. Then. I don't have much information on it either. So
when it comes out, though, I'll be probably promoting it here.
Yeah, I know you will.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the first 90 minutes of it.
Because nothing we've ever done has been published yet.
That's not true. Oh, we as in you? Yeah. Me and Orlando have posted something.
Why is
because they're not done. I want to. It's
still
called.
not done?
It's called batch release.
A year and a half later, still
More than. No, I
Don't look at
so
me.
actually, we got to talk after the podcast, but there's developments.
Don't look at me. The only thing I finished posting all my streams. That's it.
Yeah, I still got you. You haven't been doing the VODs, have you?
Yeah.
You VOD your
I just
entire
don't
stream?
have it. Yeah, I just don't have. Well, here's the thing though. Again, I don't have any computers to work with, and two,
Oh, son of a bitch!
I
I also you
also
don't have a computer.
I don't see much reason because the only views I
Backlog
get
for
is
content.
Overwatch too.
Yeah, but so like whenever I was streaming Twitch, I have like 2 followers, 3. I would get every like 5th stream, I would get 2 viewers live, and then the VODs would get like 15 views, 11 views.
Yeah.
People go back and watch the VODs more often than you might think.
Well, that's why I try to stream daily on it because I wanted to be more consistent. I see no point in just having a VOD. I mean,
I think you should do
if the
both of them.
VOD is good, then yeah. But at the same time, I also don't know the actual rule books for VODs anymore
It's
because
free
I'm
storage.
still not. Yeah, but I'm still not partnered with Twitch at all.
It's free storage. All you gotta do, I'm just saying, like, all you do is clip when you in the stream, you clip it, and you just drag it to the whole stream, and then it saves the whole VOD, and you have free storage for your content. If you can look back later, you can edit it for YouTube. You can do all that
That's
stuff.
gonna be a pain in the ass.
I'm just saying it's a backlog. You just can keep a backlog. It's free storage. Why not use it?
Yeah, I'll find a way to do that with my phone.
I have no idea if you. I never did it on the phone.
It takes 3 minutes just to get 10 seconds footage.
Well,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Stories from the restaurant, Jason.
Yes.
I have several. One of them makes me uncomfortable, so we have to tell it.
Oh lordy, that's horrifying.
Making me uncomfortable? Yeah, it's hard to do.
Yeah. Nah, the only thing I got right now is a complaint.
Go ahead.
That's all I got is a fucking complaint.
Go off, Jason.
I'm
off,
so sorry,
King.
Dougie. I'm so sorry. I'll put the phone up.
I have a fun story.
No, my fucking complaint is the ticket system that they come in from time to time. I had a table that has notified the restaurant, has notified me, has repeated it that they are on a strict time schedule. And so with that in mind, I don't understand when I was the first ticket to be printed out, I was flipped to be the last person to be served.
What day was this?
That happened twice. One was the Friday event, which was a bigger one, and then this one happened, almost happened yesterday, but this one happened on, not Tuesday, I was off Tuesday, I think Monday.
Because the Friday one's easy to explain. You get caught behind a party. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Which is not my fault at all.
Yeah.
Also, again, doesn't make any much sense since I've seen them move every other ticket up at the same time, yet my ticket was at the last just sitting there. So I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah, the transitional period that they're in with the chefs being fired and that, it's like everything's kind of messed up. Kind of sucks. Every aspect is like messed up because, like, as a runner, I'm now having to like. So I'm doing the 2 jobs there at once. For 3 days in a row, I did the 2 jobs at once, and I lost that train really fast. They so I can do 2 jobs, right? But I can't do 3. Depending how if there was like 15 guests that day, I could do all 3. But when there's 26, 30, 60 covers, I can't do all 3. But they're still expecting me to do all 3, which is serving assistant, running, and selling. What's it called?
Selling.
Expo.
Oh, Expo.
Yeah, they expect me to do all three because the chefs are off doing chef work.
Oh yeah,
I
chef
can't. I
work.
can't do all three when there's above definitely 30, but like 20 is a fun. Is a. I could do three with 20. But then there's no extra pay for Expo because it's part of running. Which I still want to read the manual on that if that's actually true.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think Expo was something that only the veteran runners were in control of, which is not something I don't think they should have thrusted onto.
But that's
But
the
the
thing.
only
One
two
of the
that
runners have only been here 1 year longer than me. I've been here 2 years now.
wait, what should
What you do?
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
But if like let's they claim it's in the manual and that every does it. I got that I'm recording.
Okay,
Okay.
right back.
Fucking goddamn. What? We got the intro done, hopefully. So
Technology is not on our side today.
technology's not on our side. I'm gonna go on a rant for about 49 minutes, and then the 1 minute is gonna be to
Well,
fucking restaurant talk. I don't know what's happening. Technology changes without me changing it. I know what people are gonna say about this. I specifically, and Jason's gonna fall asleep. I specifically don't update my shit because when you don't update it, things stay the same. That's what PC people do. If you go, ask anyone which Windows they're on. It's definitely not Windows
16.
XP or whatever. Yeah, like I have Windows 11 on my PC because Windows 10 because 11 changes so much shit, and if you just stay at 10, you're fine. You update the 10, yes, but you don't update to the next bit because everything changes. Video games in that. So I do the same thing with Mac, except Mac doesn't have like Mac just makes you upgrade to the next bit. Like I have Ventura. I don't know if that's personal information or not. Whatever. So I leave it the same. And with the apps, I keep them updated mostly. But for some reason, things just change when I don't change things. So last week, we had a failed episode almost. We had to recreate half the episode because OBS that I use just started going and it would record one frame every 30 seconds. But on the monitor, it looked fine. Everything looked fine. And then the weeks before that, the cameras are fucking up. And oh my God, there's so much stuff, right, Jason? You know what's going on. At the wide, maybe. Um, the only steady rock in this whole podcast is that fucking switcher. It's amazing. It's been going literally since day one. It works. Look, fade to black. FTB. FTB. Boom. Now we're black. Now fade back in. Don't hold it. Don't hold it. Yeah, just click it. Everything works on that thing. It's good. There's no fucking Wi-Fi connection. It just works. I'm starting to sound like this is the old man podcast again. Fucking Wi-Fi. I can't like fridges and everything are connected to Wi-Fi. I'm having problems with it. Sucks.
I had to update my fridge. That shit was not fun.
You had to update your fridge?
I got the
Sucks.
iOS fridge broke.
Can you play Skyrim though? Not if it's iOS.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Check. Is there an echo? Or is that in the room? You sure? Oh my god. Terrible. Okay, fuck. Who cares about your ticket thing? Anyone? Are you done with that? That was like 20 minutes ago.
I know that story was already long gone by then.
Jesus Christ. Do you have any more stories,
Alright.
Jason?
No, let's do an update on the shoe since that's probably what's
Oh
still gonna
my
be the
god,
most.
it's been 40 minutes since the shoe went
Yeah.
up there. Nothing happened. Absolutely. Look, it's the same.
Okay, well he might be colorblind at this point. I don't know. That or light reflecting in his eyes so hard.
No, here, Jason. Look, when you actually, it's not color changing, but when you put it in the sunlight, it does change the color.
Oh,
But
okay.
look, from far away, it's black, and then when you get in, like I'm looking at it right here, it's now the purpley blue situation. It's just indirect sunlight. It doesn't like color change. Still fucking kind of cool. It would be a problem filming though. I feel like green screen have an issue with that.
Yeah. Well, you can put some tape over it.
Yeah, I'm
Color
probably
it
gonna
down.
get rid of it. I just didn't know how because it's like structural. This band of letters. I don't even know. Is that a brand? Nah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. It'll sound racist. That's terrible. Like I don't know what. That's a brand name in it. It's just nonsense.
My assumption is yes,
But
it
it's
would
from
be a brand
Temu.
name.
These are fucking light shoes, by the way.
That's probably the company that actually manufactures it. That's the part trying to get out of Team Moon. It's like, please let us be our own thing.
If these shoes would be perfectly fine if you had an insole, but without it, they're fucking uncomfortable. I'm surprised, like the size and everything is fine.
They're probably meant for flat feet.
No, I have flat feet. That's fuck. They're not.
Nasty.
They hurt They hurt.
Get the fucking Sasquatch feet.
It's like they shrink every time too. Like I'm wearing this one and it feels tighter than this one, which I've been wearing for 30 minutes, and this one was in the window for 25 minutes. All right.
It's a nightmare to think about. It's shoes shrinking. Ugh.
Now this is gonna be the cut 'em up podcast. Everything's gonna be cut because I don't know what's going on, Jason. You tired? You slept at 5 a.m. You said. I went to sleep.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a good
3?
sleep since the beginning of fucking month. Oh yeah. Oh
It's
my
June
gosh, we're already
2nd.
in June. I forgot.
Oh man, I didn't sleep. Oh man, I didn't sleep at all last night.
Yo, this
Whole
month has been atrocious to my sleeping schedule. All 2 days have not been helpful to me.
I guess technically me too. 'Cause I
That's
went to
too
sleep
funny. I didn't even
3
think
and then
about
like 3. No, 4 and then 3. Last couple days. But today I got up at 9 because I have to drive here.
that. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was here at 10:30 and not 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Don't roll your eyes.
Everyone's
Used to get
very
up at 5
happy for
a.m.
you.
every day for. How long have you been doing that? 20 years? You used to it.
More than that, but
So you've been doing it longer than we're live. Don't roll your eyes.
yes, but today.
Oh my gosh.
No, longer than you've been alive. No, not longer than you've been alive.
Go ahead.
Today I woke up at
What?
9.
When was the last time you did that? Isn't that rare for you?
I usually try
In
to
the
sleep
year
in
19
one day a weekend. I would have slept in yesterday, but I had to work. So
It's the first of the month. Was that
yeah. So
wake up?
I got up at 4 to get to work. Actually, I extended it to 4:30. I got to work at 5:20
Blaze it.
Saturday, and then I came home and took a nap, and then
These fucking glasses are terrible.
You want to spray? You want cleaning stuff?
Yeah, we do that later.
you can use the blow towel if you want.
It's not blow
You don't have
dry,
to
it's
bring that
Tumblr.
up. That's nasty.
That was a really fucking good throw. I hope you got that on camera.
Yeah. Did you fucking throw that thing? No. No.
Oh shit. That was okay. I hope
Yeah,
you didn't
exactly.
get that on camera.
I did.
Damn it. Okay, to the first topic of a 40-minute long podcast that we haven't done anything with yet.
I know the nightmare. I'm
I
like,
wanna
yeah,
fix
I
some-
know. I'm like, should we even start another story, or do we have to fucking sit there and do another edit block?
I'm really nervous.
Yeah,
At
fingers
the very
crossed.
least,
Let's
we have
continue
the
from
audio.
there.
I know that the
Mhm.
video is still fucking iffy. I want to fix something that we said last week,
What did we say last week?
and I want to give reasons and stuff. Last week.
Is it related to the
Oh
actual
wait, did we
restaurant
even talk about it
industry?
last week? I can't remember which cut it's in. I know we talked about it, but it is in the cut.
Yeah, last week's episode also was atrocious. We had to keep moving back and forth on that one. Yeah.
That
Well,
was
let's start with
funny.
something this week. Before we get
Whatever.
back into it.
It's a popular topic anyway. Last week, at some point, in some version of this universe, we talked about some version where my cameras work, my computer works. We talked about like there's like that internet fact where your brain develops at 25. Remember talking about that, and you're done at 25.
Mhm.
Turns out not fucking true whatsoever. And I wanted to point this out because I read a comment on TikTok that spoke to me. Not those. Those ones didn't speak to me about Terrence Howard talking about how good he is. All right. So the idea that I never put for my personal life, I don't put much weight into internet stuff. Like the internet is not real. But I didn't realize I always forget to realize that other people don't think that way, and when they read something online, they believe it, or it affects their life in some way, it affects their development in some way. So when I read this comment, it says there was a whole TikTok breaking down how that's not true about the 25 thing, and it's like your brain actually stops around 50, and then you start going down at 50. Or something like that's more accurate to say than 25, and like your brain clicks and oh, you're done at 25. And this is the comment that made me really want to say really want to say something about it. Someone said, there's no name on it in the comment. It's literally just 2 little hand emojis is their title on TikTok. This actually gives me so much relief because I'm in a low point. I'm in a pretty low point in my life, and I was worried my brain would just solidify at this state. That's pretty powerful to me because someone who thinks that, "Oh, now I'm 27, this is my brain is done. This is how I'm gonna feel forever." And if they feel low, suicide, good option, right? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
name it. Um, so yeah, so I just wanna start spreading that on the internet that the 25
Suicide is good.
yeah, 25 years old is not where your brain stops. You will keep developing, you will change in your won't you change in your 30s and your 40s? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we got some misinformation on that one altogether. No, I was told that at 25, your brain it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't stop developing; is that it has completed its development, which would means that after this point, you shouldn't be falling apart, or you shouldn't be having that young mentality dead end wall that a lot of people go through. That's why a lot of people have midlife crisis at 25 because they realize my whole perspective of life is now changing because I'm myself a different person now. It's not because of what I went through. It's now that my brain has a full process system now and no longer short circuits itself. That's also why you have a lot of people who just change drastically. I guess I'm included in that one too
Yeah.
because I did go from someone who just didn't care much about life to literally learning about all the dumbest things he ever cared about: bees, cranberries, honey, learning about plants, learning about mushrooms, learning about food, learning about art, learning about music. Why?
Go off,
Because at
change.
25, my brain completed this process. It's like, well, instead of just letting your thoughts kind of finish on your period point, let it finish the whole process. And then that's what happened.
Yeah, and I'm just
That's
saying
also
that
why I picked up a lot of like computer stuff. Not because I like computers, no, it's just because computers themselves are also the thing is like you could actually put a pin on this. And that was my physical embodiment of what that is, you know? You wanna learn about everything in science? I'm gonna put a pin on that. I'm gonna walk away from that. I'll come back in like another 2 months.
yeah, I'm just saying that's not true. Physiologically, your brain does not finish at 25 in terms of, like,
Yeah, no, it
teenager
doesn't
to
finish. No, it just means that, like, technically speaking, your brain, like it's also the same thing with the heart system as well.
but I'm saying that whole fact that your brain at 25 does a thing, and then you should be good from now on, or you should change, like, that doesn't happen. That's not real.
No, yeah, no, 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 no. That's not what I mean by that. No, it just what it means is that at 25, you're essentially feels like you're an actual grown human being. You're an adult. I think that's what happens to a lot of people. That's what I mean. I think everybody goes to a midlife crisis mentality on that. Because where I'm from, that's what happened. Everyone at 25 kind of loses. I'm like, I thought your midlife crisis happens at 40 or 50. Because that's kind of
Mhm.
halfway through your life at that point. But no, to a lot of people at 25, they just sit there and go like, mm. I'm like, like, is this like, is it just a feeling that everybody hits at 25 that makes them realize that they should do something in their life,
Yeah,
or
but
is there a genuine science behind that? But since you say that at 25 your brain does not, like,
yeah, there's
that
no
is not the dead end,
physiological yeah.
it is just essentially, I guess what it is now is just like a benchmark. It's just like your brain telling you, hey, we're 25 now, and that's it. But for
That's the
some
thing.
reason, it sticks to you.
I think it sticks to you because of the internet. I think the internet gave that because 'cause I've heard that fact forever. Like, before I think it was 21 at one point, but then it switched to 25 when I was growing up. So I feel like the internet causing people to believe that it's what's it called? Placebo. You
Placebo
believe it,
effect, yeah.
you know it's true, so it happens. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy or placebo. But physiologically, if anyone's watching in a hard time, not true. Your brain changes for a long time. It's just like this person here. Um,
Well, yeah, it's because your life changes continuously. It's like a part of life.
oh, this is
Uh,
also another
but
important bit.
your up and downs are all just temporary stuff.
I don't know who agrees with this on this podcast, but someone also said, my mom used villain Dooku Ace underscore.
I don't know if you want to wrap that up, person.
I'll bleep it out. A long bleep. It says, my mom uses it to ignore my choices, quote unquote, being trans. So finding this post makes me happy. That's another thing. Like it's a pseudoscience thing that people use to say, oh, young people, they'll, they're just going through a phase. At 25, the brain will really fix themselves. and that is really harmful to people like that, trans and all that stuff, because they'll think it's like science abuse that people can go to thinking that it's using science, so it must be true, because it agrees with my
Well, I don't
point.
think that's how that would. No, that's more like religious talk in that sense. I don't think it's science because science in
It
itself,
comes
like
from
science
religious,
has
but yeah.
facts, yeah, but science itself also always ends with that's just one part of what we're talking about. And then they
Yeah.
obviously go out and talk about seven
Being
other subjects that rolls around it with it. But I think that fear is more like a Red Scare kind of thing. Like, oh, because you're young, you're stupid, therefore you're gonna change your mind on that one. And you're right, it does impact a lot of people who do want to sit there and be like, well, I do believe I am this, therefore I'm gonna go on the journey to become that person. You know, people who essentially either change genders or those who just change their sexualities. You know, it yes at a far standpoint it looks like nothing because it looks like someone just wants to have attention, but when you're actually in the thick of it, it's this huge process that in the end of the day changes not just your existence but changes how the world is going to perceive you forever and ever.
Yeah.
You know?
So I just wanted to point that out because it was really one of those really spoke to me about being in a bad place and thinking your brain's gonna stay that way forever. Because
No, it's just because
I
every
think
day.
that's what someone felt like when I was in high school, and then she didn't make it past high school. So
Yeah, a lot of people do that. A lot of people stay in high school and they don't even grow out of it, and you're just like, oh shit, and I
not what I
just stuck
meant.
like this. You know,
Not what I meant.
I'm not gonna say the
Suicide. It's for
words.
kids.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying the words. Yeah, a lot of people OD on themselves. Yeah,
Everybody's doing it.
Everyone's doing it. Try it out, kids.
yeah. Please don't.
Hey, just
Don't
try it once
encourage
though.
that
You don't need
mentality.
to. Come on. Try it once. Move on with your life. You know, it's a phase. Try suicide once.
Mhm. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I will say this
I'm
though, in
allowed to make jokes about that.
yeah. Well, I mean, my rule in comedy has always been like, if you can actually like, it's not that you get away with it. Is that if you know how to hit that mark, then fucking hit it right to
I'll just have the laugh track,
100%.
and then it'll sound like I hit the mark.
No, the laugh track doesn't help. It has to be genuine from that one.
No,
Daniel
he keeps the laugh
Tosh,
track.
Daniel Tosh taught me that. No, if there's anything I do want to say about phases in life is that is very true. Your life is in phases. That's all it is. But I feel like a lot of people kind of get confused about why they're so important. Your phases don't impact they. Your phases actually builds your spirituality. What I mean by that is that it becomes a part of your life and a part of your story. You really shouldn't be that ashamed of what kind of transpires in it. You know, I lived in Florida, so and I also lived in the weird parts of Florida. So if anyone who's ever been in Florida
You
knows
mean
what I
Florida?
mean, you know, yeah, you know what I mean. You know, you've had those moments in life where you're just like, they're doing what? They're doing this? They're doing that? And it's like the most craziest things you ever heard, and you're just like, okay, well, you know, they're still alive and they're living. You know, that's all that matters because that's how we were raised in that mentality. But at the same time, I've also met people who have just like me gone 10 years and have changed one little aspect in their life and they have become one of the best people I've ever witnessed in my life. Going from just one existence to being someone that shows that the world in fact can have love and can show love, you know. But yeah, sorry for tanning off on that one. But what I mean by that is as
No,
well
no,
as
no.
phases, you know,
Goes with
you're
it.
gonna have those bad moments in life, but it is also a phase, you know, it is also those things that you're gonna walk away from. You're gonna look back and realize that you're not in it anymore. You're now gonna witness what else is coming your way. Yes, it may look scarier than what you've already said, what you've been accustomed to, but at the same time, it's just thrilling to know that you can have more positives in your next chapter. All right, so on to the next tidbit because we're just ranting off now.
No transition. Just next. Next.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
no
Did you
good
want to
transition.
say something? Yeah.
No, no, no. I don't have a good transition either.
Yeah. No. So I just wanted to leave it
No
at
good
that as
trans
your
for
little
me.
bud.
Please cut
Yeah.
away from me. That was
And
terrible.
then from I guess back into the service industry, I did have one question I actually like to ask the audience.
Maybe talk to the camera.
That's what I've been doing. And then
We've
so
been doing good this episode.
what I wanted to ask is I know we mentioned this of before, like how do you guys feel about pulling? How do you guys feel about, you know, being a part of a group even though you don't want to associate with yourself with it? Um I did want to ask this. Have you guys ever fought to
Oh
not
fuck.
add tip to anyone? And what I mean by that is, if you literally like, if you had a team of four who had no bussers, no drinks, no nothing, do you think it's still right to do tip out for all of them, or do you think it's one of those things where you're just like, well, I did everything for 8 hours, maybe I should just walk away with the whole thing
Oh,
and
you were
just
on the
go
wide
home?
the whole time?
That's my question to you. If you did everything on your whole shift with your team, do you think that everyone else should deserve a tip out, or do you think that I'll just pawn the whole thing for myself because I did everything with no help from anyone else?
Yeah, the no help is an issue. It is the issue with pooling, is you one of the waiters said the other day, um, that you're only as strong as your weakest link, the whole situation. She was complaining about that. One thing about I have a story about or I have well, like, a question to you about the pooling situation. Not really a question, I guess. One of the waiters, Kevin,
Okay, you
was,
just gotta say it.
well, no, I'm gonna bleep it out, but I just don't wanna blur it out, so easier to physically blur it with my hand. He was like he walked up to somebody and said, "Hey, did anyone do the math on this party?" Talking about Friday, asking how much they were gonna get, and one of the waiters a fake number, one of the waiters said, $100. Again, fake number. But it was a big number. And, uh, and then he was just like, "Well, that's it?" I'm sitting there listening because 'cause I'm not gonna comment on this. But then the waiter was like, "What are you talking about? We're getting $100 for, like, an hour and a half's worth of work." Again, big numbers. But similar ratio. So it was, like, a bunch of money per hour, and I just thought that kinda put in a good line of how waiters think about stuff. "Oh, that's it? For, like, an hour and a half work, and yeah, that's how much they're getting." Just, how you feel about that?
What's the question?
Just, like, the perspective that waiters have on work v. money.
We're free money. Well,
Like, you guys do I'm lumping you in this now. You guys do, you know, in terms of labor, physical labor, very minimum, and you guys sometimes are making $50 an hour, $80 an
I
hour.
think the problem that a lot of people, a lot of servers have in the mentality isn't that we don't do much labor. It is that we're a powered housed into the very last moment of it. What I mean by that is that when we're done with our section, and we only mean that like all the guests are gone,
Mhm.
we're told you have this last work you got to get done, and it's always some mundane bullshit thing too because we're actually not in control of it. We're in control of the side work we do. We're not in control with the actual end
Do you have an
stuff
example
of
of mundane
cleaning.
work that you're talking about?
Yes, being told you had to do 3 racks of glasses and 2 racks of silverware, yet you're only in a team of two,
Okay.
and you just have to sit there and be like, "Well, why are we?" While a team of four with the closers are staring at you. And it's like, "Well, that's what we have to do." I'm like, "No, no offense. It was just two of us here in a corner. I think one each should be more than enough.
I can't
While the
speak
rest of
to
you
that
guys on that one,
'cause I've never
but
seen
that's
that
how it
happen.
is. Yeah, it's always how it is. But here's the thing, though. A lot of people play for jokes because no one wants to be at, and no one wants to actually be blamed for any of that stuff.
Mm.
And plus, second thing also too is your team setup as well. Yes, you're only as strong as your weakest link. That also applies to closing too, because it's one thing to have someone like polish glasses for you. It's another when you have a group of people who can't polish for shit, polish glasses for you, because all it means is that you have to polish them twice,
Yeah.
even in that situation.
That's the majority of it, I
And then
feel
you
like,
can't
polishing twice.
even tell them like, well, why don't you just polish silverware? Because
They do
that's
the
not
same
what they
thing for
want.
silverware, it sucks.
It's not even that. It's just they don't want to.
Yeah.
So why argue with a group of them when you just have to deal with it? So when you have strong people who want to essentially do the important stuff, they really can't because you have those weak links who are just sitting there like, I'd rather do this and I don't want to do anything else. I'm like,
Or I don't wanna do nothing, so you're gonna
well,
keep
that's the
putting it
thing.
off
There
until
is
the
no
end.
nothing else. That's just nothing. So you're just standing there dealing like, well, then are we gonna stay for another hour, or are we just gonna suck it up and maybe leave here in 30 minutes if we just ignore the weak links and just fucking power through?
It's different than the vein I was gonna go down, though. It's like, I really the reason I called my show Perspective is because I try to see people's perspective, and like it's a good therapy technique for me, or maybe meditation. I don't know what it's called. Where yeah, some car.
You got
Um,
music in the background.
where well, exactly what I described, but it's really hard for me to do that when the waiters constantly complain about stuff, and then literally, I've had a waiter complain about making $50 an hour working one day. Just
Well,
lunch, by the way.
I can
Fake
understand.
numbers, but a high number.
Well, I mean, getting from my standpoint, I can understand the complaints because you're still talking about, hey, like literally a month ago, I was walking away with, like, let's just say big exaggerated number. We're talking about half a grand. And then now I'm only walking away with 100. It's such a huge difference, and it really throws people off, especially if you're not consistent in your paychecks. That's the biggest scary effect a lot of people have in this world. Even I get it too. I'm constantly more stressed now because I'm like, yeah, I know I get my numbers and I type it in, and I also get told like what I'm worth and like what I'm getting a week. But at the same time, put it together, I don't even know if it's gonna be the right paycheck. And
Yeah, but
even if it is, like, how the hell do I like? I won't know until I truly get it.
like the guest that we had, Angela, she talked about that, and she was saying like that was maybe that's why she's so happy with what she's doing because she's not like the people who I've worked with, but everyone I've worked with is not the same except for her. Where it's like she said the way she said it was like people ask me, well, aren't you like worried about aren't you stressed about your paychecks being on and off and on and off? And I didn't ask her about her finances, which I could have and I should have. I don't know if I could have. I should have because she
Maybe off camera you would have asked.
maybe
I don't know if she wants the finances up in the world.
because it sounds like she has control of them as a waitress,
Hmm.
which means it can be done. And because she like, everyone that we work with is like has this stress over their inconsistency. But if you budget properly, it's not
Okay, but what is proper
like
budgeting?
our restaurant. It's hard to talk about this topic without specifics. Waiters make a livable wage at our restaurant,
But what is
and then
proper?
some make plus. So
Well,
if you budget properly, whichever that means for your life, it seems like I don't know. It's just
no,
like
because you're missing one factor that becomes into it. If you have a structured life, yes, you can probably budget and be
mm,
okay. But if your life is inconsistent in both the good way and in the bad way,
mhm,
then budgeting will not help you in the way a lot of people think. That's why a lot of people can't budget because they don't know what they can actually get away with.
mm,
And that's also why like you have some people like we have a coworker who even talks about like her check is getting low and she's not even sure how she can feed herself. I had one conversation with her and I told her the few places I go to buy cheap goods that I can. Obviously there's somewhat sketchy because I mean that comes with the location, it comes with the price. But to her, she never even knew that there were other locations besides the brick and mortar places, besides the actual like 5-star white neighborhood areas.
mhm.
And obviously, I can't blame her. But like, how could you not know that? Well, it's just how life is.
I think she's only lived here
But
for a couple years.
that is an opportunity that allows her to save a little more money. And if she budgets it, then that could be good. Meanwhile, we have the other server who does have a family, who does have a house, who does have a lot of things going on in his life. No matter what, budgeting is not going to help him. Why? Because his inconsistency is a good thing. The good thing is that he's trying to make his life better for his family. The problem with that is that there's not enough money in the server industry that's gonna help him that. Especially if you're talking about a man who you probably used to walk away from like jobs that were giving, let's say, like almost 1,000 a week to like only not getting paid 300. I'm sorry, no, not 1,000 a week. Almost getting,
Well, fake numbers anyway.
yeah. I'm trying to exaggerate the numbers.
So it was 1,000.
No, but I was thinking like 1,000 is like a lot, but I was like, actually no. She actually
I
like
mean,
if you really
4,000 a
really
month.
work hard and you get some good customers, you can actually make 1,000. But that's going really really above. But let's say
I'm
like
talking about.
maybe 4,000 in 1 week.
Okay, there we
That's a lot.
go. Boop.
But if you can pull that off, well then yeah, you're gonna have a really good paycheck. But if you tell me the chances of that happening like 2 years ago was like 25%, you had a 25% chance of actually making that. That sounds really nice. It sounds like something you're worth going to. But now if you're telling me, oh, you got about like
2?
maybe a 0.5% of actually making that. It makes you not even want to stay in that location then. Because how do you have from 25% all the way down to 0.5? That's not good. That means a lot of things is going on in the world. It also means that I got to leave because this beautiful pond that used to flourish is now becoming a dry spell.
I just keep thinking it as like, I watch this guy on TikTok sometimes, and he's this finance guy, and hearing just regular people talk about the finances, I thought I was, like, weird with mine, but God, there's some people who don't even think about it. Like, they're living
Oh,
paycheck to
yeah.
paycheck because they don't put any thought into it.
Oh,
Like, this
yeah.
budget guy is like, "If you do this, this, and this, you won't be living to paycheck for paycheck in, like, 5 months, 6. You can be fine." And then there's still the way they I don't know how it goes afterwards, I never looked into it afterwards, but I don't know if the people come back and stuff, but they're just, like, so ignorant of it, or, like, they ignore it is what I meant. Like, they literally like, "Well, yeah, but this and this and this." Like, it's all wants and wants and wants.
Yeah. Look, the first thing anyone ever tells you about like actually trying to get your life together, they tell you is to do the bare minimum of yourself. Not because you don't deserve the good things in life. It is because you need to understand how much money you're taking from yourself in versus what you need to live and survive on.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens to a lot of people. And you're right. Yeah. Not a lot of people are gonna actually budget. Why? Because it's ignorant. Two, it's also because the beauty of life is bliss. If you can ignore it, well, then there's a good chance probably a good 10,000 people who are ignoring it,
To be fair, though, I
already
mean,
doing it just for the sake of it.
like, you can live, like, there are
No, here's the
60-year-olds that,
but
still
that's
work.
what I mean though. You can live, but people don't want to live. They want to live well.
Yeah.
That's the big difference between every single one of them.
But when you're young, if you don't deal with your money when you're young, you won't live well when you're old.
Yeah, of course. We have a whole generation right now that's literally just that. They're like, how am I supposed to live off this? I'm like, bitch, you should have figured that out when you were 20. We have an actual generation that's relying on us to do something about it. And we're like, no, we're not going to help you guys in that mentality. We can't even take care of ourselves anymore.
Giggles in the background.
Yeah.
Don't left and right eye me.
Yeah. No, yeah, we had a genuine, a whole generation that was like, well, we can probably live off of you guys, right? And we're like, no, we're not going to actually fix the economy or help the economy in that structure. Like, that's not our game plan. Our game plan was to figure out how we're going to survive.
But I feel like that's fairly recent, and it's just looking like retrospect at it. Like, well, I guess I wouldn't know. I haven't been an adult that long, but it's like it never felt this way. Everything feels different. It never felt this way 10 years ago. Like people who were 30 10 years ago felt like they were like just living. You could have one guy, maybe 20 years ago. If you're like 20 years old, 20 years ago, same thing. Um, you could just have like a part time or not a part time. You can have a minimum wage job, and in certain circumstances, you could have a house and a wife who doesn't work 20 years ago
Oh, yeah.
at
Yeah. Because
minimum
everything was
wage.
illegal.
Abba?
Yeah. Because everything was illegal.
We talking about?
There's I feel like a lot of people forget this, but in 20 years, we have a lot of rules and a lot of laws that were implied to us from the start, both in real estate, both in mortgaging, both in baking, both in financing a house, both in even just putting a loan out.
Like one of those things didn't belong.
Exact mortgage was not
No,
belonging.
did you say baking?
Banking.
Oh, I thought he said baking too.
Yeah.
I thought he said
Hell,
baking.
probably baking too. Yeah,
Baking
probably
too.
baking too.
Listen,
crazy
this
listen, you do not put it in
Bro,
the oven
the yeast
at
problem?
350 for
Holy
20 minutes, motherfucker. It's 19.
Bro, I'm losing my fucking mind. I bought a donut for 99 cents.
In 2008, donuts were 44 cents. Now it's one donut for 99 in
I
2024.
walk into the baker. It's like, you know what the deal is. Like,
Was that a strip joke? Were you
yeah, it was a
stripping?
strip joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, Jason.
Yeah, I saw a clip from not 30 Rec. What was it? Community. That shit had me
Oh.
laughing.
Which?
Childish Gambino. It was where they had I forgot what it was. It wasn't a prom thing, and it was a dance thing they had to go to, but they had to go with Chang, and they were essentially the Chang's bitches. Yeah, you have to watch the show, but
No, I've seen
I
it.
will say this: Childish Gambino. He's
Donald Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting Donald Glover. Those are two different names.
Yeah, he wasn't childish back then.
Yeah, yeah.
He was adult.
But no, he's just great overall. He's just a great person. I actually enjoyed.
Still haven't cut.
I generally still want to actually see a lot of his other works. I know his music. There's
Yeah, I
one
need to watch
song that
Atlanta.
has a.
I've never seen it.
Yes, I know. I haven't seen it either. I need to watch it. There's literally one song from Childish Gambino that actually has my heart. I'm never gonna say it, but
Okay.
well, yeah, yeah, it's called "Being in Love." What do you
June
expect?
2nd. It's allowed now.
Being in love.
It's only legal this month.
What?
Go
Oh
away.
yeah.
Go away, for God's sake. Thank you.
What were we saying? Oh yeah, but no, a lot of rules were implemented as time went on
Speaking
because
of
a
rules, you
lot
know
of
what's
people
funny?
were able to get away with it.
Speaking of perspective and rules, I just heard on TikTok, and it was true today, actually. And I never thought about it. You know the movie Frozen?
Hmm.
That movie came out before gay people could get legally married federally. That movie's older than gay marriage in America. Isn't that wild?
You sure?
Yeah.
Like the actual license to like actually marry
Federally,
same
yeah.
sex genders.
When the
For real?
government, America, made gay marriage legal, is younger than the movie Frozen.
That's so crazy. I didn't really.
Isn't that
I
wild?
thought they came out there around the same time. That's why they were just like, "Fuck it," just throw the movie out.
Even if it's around the same time, it's still, whatever it is older. Are we gonna research or are we gonna guess?
But I'm kind of confused. What does that have to do with same sex marriage, though?
Nothing. It's just like a perspective thing. Like, you watch this movie. When that movie came out and you went to the theaters as a kid watching the movie, gay people could not get married federally.
Okay.
There was only certain states that allowed it.
Okay.
And now let's do the research instead of just.
Okay. No,
saying.
I was just gonna say, like, are you trying to like say something about the movie? Because
No, nothing about
if
the
I
movie.
remember
It's
the
just
movie, they were
perspective
like
and
sisters and brothers in the movies. That's what I remembered it.
so okay. Frozen came out in 2013. I'm pretty sure gay marriage is 15.
I can believe that.
In 2015. Oh, it was June.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh, June, nice.
We're
Oh,
almost at the.
they really knew what to put it in.
See, like that's what I'm talking about. It's only. Was it the put it in joke? Switch cameras. Switch cameras.
You're talking
Switch
about gay
cameras.
marriage. They really knew
Switch
where
cameras.
to put.
Yeah, they all came together to know exactly where to put it in. Yeah,
Put
a
it in with
beautiful
the.
community right there.
Yeah. So that just hold on, let's see. So all I did was make one, like, if you got gay married in Georgia, Alabama, Texas, anywhere. I don't know why I named the two worst states. Had to accept your marriage license. That's what that changed. Before it was just per state. But that's what I'm saying. That's only 9 years ago,
Yeah.
and people still think everyone has the same equal rights in America. 9 years that's younger than my little brother.
Well, I mean, it, never mind.
When my brother was born, gay marriage was not allowed legally, federally.
Yeah, when we were kids, gay marriage
When
was
we were
not
kids, gay
allowed.
marriage was not allowed
Yeah,
federally. Now
yeah.
look,
I mean
Giggles
that.
can marry whoever he wants. It's great.
Well, not anyone. There's still some rules that are applied to this. Okay,
What's the rules? I'm confused now. It's June.
it's
It's
a
okay to be
nightmare.
confused.
It's okay to be confused. It's June.
That's the title.
I was
That's the
going.
title
To,
of this podcast.
I was going to. I actually thought. I think the title should be. I wasn't an adult that long, or I haven't been an adult that long.
Oh, I got so many options.
And you really do. I was trying to be nice and not make a comment about you and your pal back there, but
No, that's too far.
since
Not for
you
the podcast.
decided to throw the gauntlet down,
Not for the podcast. Too far.
well, but you have no problem doing it to me.
And yeah, not in recording. Yeah. Oh wait, no. What?
You have no problem doing it to me.
Gay.
See?
On another note,
Oh, no one knows your name.
Oh, really? They do now.
it's another editing we have to make in this fucking video.
Who's
Fuck
this
it.
we? Who's this
Then-
we you're talking about? It's I.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, guess it, then don't complain.
I didn't.
All right, so another thing we can add to. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
well,
What was the title? What did you say? I haven't been an adult that long.
I haven't been an adult that long.
And what did I say?
That's what you said.
No. That's what you said.
No. You said that in the podcast.
I'm saying, what other title did I just say could be?
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, you
Jason?
haven't put it in? They know how to put it in?
No.
You put it in every night to
It's okay to be confused. It's June. It's okay to be confused. Something like that.
Yeah. That's even. Oh
Yeah,
my
Bridget-
god, I have
Bridget's
so
here.
many titles to choose from. That's exactly how you said it.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm confused about toilet accusations because
Okay,
I did. That's not the exact quote that I said.
Are we going to breach the subject
No.
again?
No, skipping it. Jason,
What?
I don't know how we got there.
Are we continuing
We
onward?
got there really quick. What was our point? Or how did we get to gay?
Well, you scared me about Frozen because you were
Well,
talking
start
about how
about
it was
with
there
gay.
before legalized
No,
gay
no,
marriage.
League of Legends. No, I was saying I saw this on TikTok that someone used Frozen as a perspective note because everyone knows the movie Frozen and when it came out as to how recent gay marriage was legalized.
Yeah,
What were we talking about before that I brought that up?
you just brought it out of nowhere. We were just talking about how there's a lot of rules and
Budgeting.
regulations and budgeting.
Wow, I really brought that out of nowhere. I really wanted to talk about that for some reason. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I know. You really wanted to put your foot into that subject.
My white shoes into that. Yeah.
The only straight white male that's here.
You don't know what I am.
No, but with that being,
The silence was strong on
about
that one.
perspective.
Why does everyone keep saying I'm straight? No one knows what I am. I'm not told anybody.
I don't know.
You assume, Jason.
No,
It's June.
you just
June.
assumed that he was talking about you.
That's true. Wait a minute.
He's talking about me.
There's 2 white men in this podcast. Jason's white.
But he's not straight.
We don't know.
He just said he wasn't.
Are you just assuming?
You're like the 3rd person that said that I'm straight in the last 2 days. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, you give off this gay vibe.
Gay
I
vibe.
messed it up.
People,
Stuttering.
people assume I'm straight. You just give off a gay energy, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
That's literally what that
That's it.
conversation.
It's the opposite of what I said.
I know.
I had a point to make about that and I forgot.
I don't know either. I was waiting for it, but
White shoes.
we kept losing it.
why's it got to be?
Perspective.
I've not-
Perspective wise, I feel like. Well,
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I said it's June. What did I say? It's June. Damn, what was I gonna say? It's June. It's okay to be straight. Is that what I was gonna say? That's the title.
I don't know. It's a good question.
June.
I
It's
don't
okay
know.
to be confused.
Yeah, but I changed it. It's June. It's okay to be straight. It's much funnier.
But I
It
think
doesn't
I
matter.
think it's confused is funnier.
While they're working on titles, let's continue on the story.
Well, we're workshopping over here.
Yeah, I know. Workshop in the middle of the video that we have to.
It's called sausage talk. Let's let it happen.
It's called what?
Sausage talk. How the sausage is made.
I don't know what that's about either.
It's June. It's okay to have sausage talk.
I don't know. Yeah. They're really trying to hone in on these jokes.
That's the title.
I give them credit for making it consistent. All right.
You know what Khaled says? Consistency is key.
With that being said,
We got like 9 minutes. I'm gonna tell this story because it's terrible.
okay.
And then the next story will be next week. That's gonna be the title for next week. I already decided this. Do you have a story? You have short things to say?
Go.
You. I don't remember. I don't think you were working this day. So this man came in with this 2 people came in, man and a woman. It was before June, so it was okay.
Well,
Sorry.
Men and women.
I try to keep
yesterday was
going with
June
that.
1st, and you weren't working, so
It was the other day then. I try to keep you guys
It
straight.
was before the month.
no pun intended.
Couldn't keep.
You instantly had a confused face. It's okay to have a confused face, not a straight face.
That was not a pun. I didn't even realize I said straight face. Anyway, a guy comes in on a date, right, and he sits in one of the backer tables, and I think nothing of it, absolutely nothing. People come in all the time, and I'm running food out. I'm running food out, and I do notice it's a little odd. She's the only one with food. He's not really ordering anything. Okay, a lot of people share because our kind of expensive restaurant. A lot of people share dishes. Again, no real thoughts about it. Only after the fact that I think about it. One of the times I come out, they're both standing up by one of the registers talking to the waiter, and he seems kind of angry. They've gotten up from their tables. Their table's done. I don't listen in on people's conversations, so I don't really catch what's going on. But a few key words make you like, what's going on? And I just keep going. That's what I'm doing. And while I'm doing that keyword, what's going on situation, he the girl, like, they're, like a long stretch goodbye, like, they're about this far apart, Jason, and then she's, like, back turned, walking towards the door, and he's, like, standing there talking to her, and then she walks off, and in my head, I'm like, she's gonna, like, go get the car or something, and he's, like, big like, there's something wrong with the bill he's upset about because he sounds upset. I was like, "Oh, goodness." And, and then he's just, like, after he's calmed down and not yelling and she's gone, he's just standing around for, like, a long time. And one of the waiters, like, so their table's done, paid, whatever, and the waiter is, like, busy elsewhere, but he's waiting on the waiter to get him a glass of water for some reason. I was really confused, and then I guess before I could get him water, someone else did or something, and he got the water, and he just started kinda, like, walking around the restaurant with the water glass. I was just like, kinda I'm really not trying to bother him too much because he's a customer and everything, but a little odd what he's doing. He eventually leaves, and I see him, like, standing across the street, just on a street corner, looking like he's questioning his whole life. Like, he's just wistfully standing on a street corner. It's kind of interesting. And I go up and ask the waiter about it because usually I don't try to bother people's information, like stuff, but this was so weird. I had to ask the waiter. What happened was he couldn't pay the full amount, so that's what the talking was about. Because she was there, what we've surmised, she was there just for a meal. It was a
Mhm.
first date, and she was just there for a meal, and he was there for a date. And he didn't expect. She ran up the bill, and then pretty much was going to walk out as she was running up the bill. And this was like just after lunchtime, so it was pretty much lunch. Like you could eat dinner after this. And so he wasn't expecting to pay this huge amount on a lunch, and so he just didn't have the money. He said apparently, and
How big was the bill? On lunch or half priced?
it was dinner time. But I'm saying like it was like 4 p.m.
Oh, so no, yeah, it was dinner then.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm saying you could. It wasn't that. It wasn't like 8 p.m. late in the day. And normally people spend
Yeah, that's
more
dinner.
money
That's
on.
dinner shift. Yeah.
I'm just saying like expectations of a guest. Yeah, so he was basically used for a meal, and then she left, and he was left there, and he had to call people and like borrow money and stuff for this. He was stressed, like he needed a glass of water because he said he was about to pass out, sitting there like freaking out over the situation. He looked like he felt so bad about it, and I guess I was confused. He wasn't angry; he was like frustrated at the situation because she was literally standing there saying she was just gonna leave, and like I guess he was asking her to help pay, and she just left. And it seemed like they were smiling and laughing through most of the dinner, so my assumption is
Hey
she
man,
just
for a
wanted a
free
meal.
meal, you really gotta put on that smile. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, man, and it was like
Yeah, so he got used
she got
essentially.
used, but,
Yeah.
like, live in person. Like, it wasn't a story I heard, I saw it happening. I've never saw something like that. And the best ending to the story, he still left a tip. Wasn't good, but he left something extra after all of that, which was I thought was, like, the nicest thing possible. That's what struck me the most about that story is that he left a tip after all that struggle. No comment?
Remember, folks, if you know she's gonna raise up the bill, you can just leave before she can.
I don't gotta be faster than the bear, I just gotta be faster than
But
you.
yeah, we're faster than the bear is the bill in this situation. Okay, just be faster than her, and you be okay. All right. Don't.
I will know because then it looks like you're both just running for the door back and forth.
Yeah, no, trust me. A quick. I gotta use the bathroom or a quick. Hey, man, I'm nervous. You make me
Yeah, she
blush.
didn't even do
Anything to
that,
work
like,
out.
she didn't seem uncomfortable at all. That's what I'm saying, it wasn't like a situation where he was creeping
No,
her
no, no. It's
out or
called
anything like
finessing a
that.
meal. That's all it is. You're finessing a meal out of
Definitely what it
them.
seemed like.
Yeah. No, no. When it
Because there are other situations where it could be apt, where he's creeping her out and stuff. Again, I wasn't there listening to the conversations. Maybe
no,
he
but I
creeped her
think we
out.
kind of got the main structure, which was just get the food and go,
Yeah,
which was
so
her.
the reason I didn't go for that he was creeping her out and she wanted to leave was because she was
She
the only one
left.
eating and stacking up this bill,
Yeah.
like ordering a lot of food.
Yeah, exactly. Again, yeah, the art of finessing a meal is making sure you can get everything you can.
Wasn't even
and
artistic.
so-
She just was like, "Eh,
It doesn't
bye."
have to be artistic. It's just that how gullible our people are. You know.
I felt really bad for him. He seemed nice. To leave a tip afterwards, even after all that situation, was still.
I mean, first things first. You also got to figure it out.
No.
Don't go to a place
She
you
went in
can't
the street
afford.
actually because her friends said, can't do this. So she just said, "Nah, I'll shit in the street."
I don't know
No, I got the
their
point.
conversation
That was a
about.
lie. What I just told that story.
But I mean, it's a
But shit
tale
in
as
the
old as
street.
time.
I'm sure.
Like, don't go to a place you can't afford. Always check out the menus.
That's
Always
also
trying to
very
check out the
important.
prices from the range of it. And if you are sketched about this whole situation, knowing that you might get finished a meal, you can just do two things. One, suck it up and just fucking pay the bill. Or two, don't let it happen. If because I get a lot of people get embarrassed about this. No one wants to make a scene. But it's one of those things that you kind of have to sit there and just understand. Like, I would rather get yelled at by one person calling me all these things that I'm not than to just deal with that situation altogether. Because there's nothing worse than knowing that you're losing a lot more money, having to ask people for money, and then having to sit there at the end of the day knowing that you got nothing out of anything.
I mean, he
Okay?
dealt with it. He paid the bill.
Of course, you can deal with it as an adult, but why be in the situation to begin with if you can avoid it? You know?
Loneliness.
What? And? Loneliness or not, you can always try to figure things out. And again, loneliness does not mean that you need to be married to someone. Loneliness just means that you're alone in a situation you don't want to be a part in. And again, that can be something as simple as I literally got 3 days off and I got no one to spend it with. That's fine. Go to a book club, make some friends, go outside, get some air, play some Pokemon Go, or
Touch some
play some
grass,
Monster
people.
Hunter Now or some shit like that.
Come on.
You know?
Stop being. Was
Just
it
experiencing
simp?
that kind of thing. And then
The
shrug
word?
off that scariness you have about yourself. That's usually why a lot of people get scared. That's also why I tell people spirituality is a real thing. That energy you finesse out of your system is a real thing. The energy you have around people is the same thing, you know? That's how you have people who are able to start any conversations, yet are the most introverted motherfuckers you ever met in your life because that's just how they perceive themselves as that energy. You know, that's why I still stumble here back and forth. Why? Because I know for a fact I got no anxiety, but I got a lot of fucking happiness and I got a lot of determination that really throws people off sometimes. And trust me, I get that a lot
Throws
in
me off,
work.
Jason.
And trust me, I get a lot of that at work. People are like, "You gotta calm down." I'm like, nah.
I tell him to calm down.
I'm about to do a birthday cake for someone because they decided to come here for it, and I got that table. I'm gonna be happy about it.
I'm glad.
And you
I'm glad
can't
to
really
hear
do
that.
that in front of some people because again, they can misconstrue it. But that's what I mean. If your energy is already positive and you know how to actually answer, not deflect it, answer that energy, it's gonna be pretty simple on that end. You know, it takes a lot of work to even get there. So don't think you can do it all in one day. Just enjoy the process that comes with it.
And speaking of endings,
Mm-hmm.
bye,
Yep.
Jason. Outro.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this video. I would love to see how many so many skips that come up. I want to see how smooth the whole transition is. I do want to give a round of applause to our editor right over here. That's gonna be Dylan, who's gonna be the one in charge of this whole damn thing from start to finish.
Cutting that
Another
out.
thing I do want to mention as well is again, as always, we're ending off the same way I end off my streams. May you have a beautiful morning, a wonderful afternoon, a pleasant evening, and a peaceful night.
Look into the camera, Jason.
Thank you for coming on. And
Look into the lens, Jason.
what lens? There's no light on it. Oh, now there's a light on it.
There was light.
And as always, may you have a wonderful time. Thank you for coming on in, even if it was for a minute. Thank you for checking us out. I can't wait to see y'all again.
Bye.
Hey,
Yeah, we still have to do this. So, by the way.